Elijah Kane was his name, Philly born, he ain't lame. He took the hate as he rose to fame, on his own, no one to blame. Heart disease he overcame, make a wish, they not the same. The thought of death only fed the flame, in his life he had no shame.
Born in Philadelphia, didn't really have to struggle, but when you think about his life, it was really all trouble. Building bridges, roads, and buildings, that was his goal, but then that horrid heart disease, it all stole. It was rheumatic fever, they reckoned. Doc said he could die at any second. Like a shot from a Smith and a Wesson, those words threw him into a state of depression. Before his greatness he was destined, his dad told him these words: Elijah, if you must die, die in the harness. From then on, he had a new plan. He learned medicine and traveled the world. Helping people was his calling, for others he served.
Elijah Kane was his name, Philly born, he ain't lame. He took the hate as he rose to fame, on his own, no one to blame. Heart disease he overcame, make a wish, they not the same. The thought of death only fed the flame, in his life he had no shame. Elijah studied medicine at UPenn, then he applied to the Navy to serve his fellow men. Awaiting commission, he went to China as a physician, he was set on a mission. Yeah, in China he worked on a hospital boat. He was an assistant surgeon, he was no joke. Once on vacation, he went into a volcano, he saved lives, but only they know. Kane was at it in the Arctic. He planned it, he was the one to start it. But his boat was damaged and abandoned. Him and his crew were in the Arctic stranded. But they made it out after 83 days of walking. Not soon after, death came knocking. So Elijah died in 1857 after 2 strokes. But he was a good man, he did the most. Elijah Kane was his name, Philly born, he ain't lame. He took the hate as he rose to fame, on his own, no one to blame. Heart disease he overcame, make a wish, they not the same. The thought of death only fed the flame, in his life he had no shame.
Elijah Kane was born on February 3, 1820 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Elijah was the eldest of 7 children of John Kurtzen Kane and Jane DeVoe Leapier. He originally went to the University of Virginia to pursue a career in civil engineering. However, a severe case of rhythmic fever ended his career. He eventually became a surgeon and joined the Navy. Elijah Kane is most known, however, for his 2 voyages to the Arctic, one in search for a lost person and the other in search of a polar sea. These Arctic voyages happen to be what makes Elijah Kane important. The journals that Elijah Kane recorded during his voyages were extremely useful to help the understanding of the conditions in the Arctic. Because of the knowledge of the conditions of the Arctic, future voyages can be more prepared. Information is very valuable, and Elijah Kane provided information, making him very valuable as well. If COVID were to have happened in the 1840s, Elijah Kane would have a weird response. Most would think that because of his damaged heart, he would hide as much as possible. COVID is dangerous for those with pre-existing medical conditions, so this would put Elijah at an extreme risk. However, we believe that he probably did the exact opposite. After his father told him to die in the harness, Kane did the most that he could. He was already at risk from dying any minute, so that didn't stop him from doing everything that he did, because there was really nothing to lose. So why would another risk stop him? Kane already did not seem to care if he died. One time he jumped into a volcano, also went charging into war. Kane's response to COVID would be the same as many today. He wouldn't care. However, if he were forced into quarantine like we were, he'd probably be upset. It seemed that Kane was always busy, whether it was serving on his hospital boat, or serving in the Navy, or even a voyage into the Arctic. He always wanted to do more. The idea that he would be forced to stay inside would probably upset Kane more than the idea that he had a risk to die.